Look closely at a Komodo dragon's tooth, and the edge is not completely white. The tip and tiny serrations can glow orange, as if the tooth has begun to rust. That color is not blood, dirt, or staining from an old meal. It comes from a microscopic coating enriched with iron. The largest living lizard has metal concentrated along the working edges of its teeth. But those teeth are only one part of the animal's weapon system. A Komodo dragon combines a massive body, blade-like teeth, powerful neck muscles, venom-producing glands, bony skin armor, and an ambush strategy built for the dry islands where it lives. It sounds like someone designed a dragon by adding one frightening feature at a time. In reality, every part connects to the same problem. How does a lizard bring down prey that may be as large as the lizard itself? An adult Komodo dragon can approach 3 meters in length. Large males commonly weigh tens of kilograms, and exceptional individuals can be considerably heavier. No other living lizard reaches the same overall size, yet it is still unmistakably a monitor lizard. It has a long tail, strong curved claws, a flexible neck, and a deeply forked tongue that repeatedly flicks into the air. That tongue is not tasting in the way ours does. It collects chemical particles and carries them to sensory organs in the roof of the mouth. Because the tongue is forked, the dragon can compare the chemical signal arriving on each side. Its head moves as it walks, helping it track the direction of carrion or a living animal. This is important because a Komodo dragon does not need to chase prey across the landscape like a wolf. It can wait beside a trail in the dry grass or near a place where deer regularly pass. The body stays low. Its dusty gray-brown skin disappears into the ground. Then, the quiet lizard suddenly becomes an explosion of muscle. The first attack may involve a rush, a strike at a leg or belly, and a violent pull. The dragon's limbs and claws help it brace against the ground. Its neck and body then drag the head backward. That pulling movement reveals something strange about its skull. A Komodo dragon does not kill by producing the crushing bite of a crocodile. Its skull is relatively light, and its measured and modeled bite performance is not extraordinary for an animal of its size. It does not need to be. A crocodile's conical teeth are built to grip and hold. Komodo dragon teeth are built to puncture and slice. Each adult tooth is narrow, curved backward, flattened from side to side, and lined with small serrations. The technical term is zyphodont, meaning sword-like. The dragon bites in, braces, and pulls. As the head moves, the curved teeth resist slipping out, while the serrated edges travel through skin, muscle, and blood vessels. The result is less like being squeezed in a clamp, and more like being caught by a row of hooked steak knives. That is why the iron discovery matters. In 2024, researchers examining Komodo dragon teeth noticed that unworn tips and serrations were orange. The same color appeared on teeth that had not yet erupted, proving that it was not residue from feeding. Chemical imaging revealed iron concentrated in the outermost layer along the cutting edges. The coating is only about 1 to 2 micrometers thick and appears to contain ferrihydrite, an iron-rich mineral also found in some other biological tissues. This does not mean the teeth are solid iron, or even that they have thick metal caps. Most of each tooth is ordinary biological material, and its enamel is remarkably thin. The unusual part is the precise placement. The iron is concentrated where wear would be most damaging, around the tip and each tiny serration. The researchers found evidence that this coating helps those edges resist wear and remain effective until the tooth is replaced. It may also offer some resistance to acids and microscopic damage. In other words, the dragon does not waste material armoring the whole tooth. It reinforces the cutting line. Even then, the teeth do not last forever. Komodo dragons continuously manufacture replacements. CT scans have revealed several developing teeth waiting behind a single working position, and research indicates that a new tooth can begin forming roughly every 40 days. A damaged blade is eventually discarded, and another moves forward. So the mouth uses 2 solutions at once. Protect the edge with an iron-rich coating, then maintain a hidden supply of replacements. Once those teeth open a wound, the second part of the attack begins. For decades, the most famous explanation was bacteria. The story claimed that rotting meat filled the dragon's mouth with deadly microbes, turning every bite into a slow biological infection. The wounded prey would escape, become septic, and die days later while the dragon followed it. Komodo mouths do contain bacteria, and any deep animal bite can become infected. But there is little evidence that dragons cultivate a special bacterial weapon or depend on infection as their main hunting mechanism. Their oral microbes appear to reflect their food and environment, much like those of other carnivores. The more direct explanation is visible in the wound itself. A Komodo bite can cut deeply and cause severe blood loss. The dragon also possesses complex glands in the lower jaw that produce venom-like secretions. Experiments and chemical analyses have identified compounds with anticoagulant and blood pressure-lowering activity. The delivery system is not a snake's hollow fang. Ducts open into the mouth around the teeth, allowing secretions to mix with the bite as the dragon grips and tears. Scientists still debate exactly how much these secretions contribute during a real hunt. The safest conclusion is not that venom performs all the work. The teeth and pulling muscles create the devastating injury. The secretions may then make bleeding harder to stop and help drive the victim toward shock. It is a combined system. Mechanical damage first, chemical assistance second. Bacterial infection is possible, but it is not the magical slow poison once imagined. There is another complication. Komodo dragons do not only bite deer, pigs, and other prey. They bite one another. Adults fight over food, territory, and access to mates. Their heads can slam together, and those iron-edged teeth can be turned against another dragon. Beneath the scales of an adult lies a layer of small bones called osteoderms. High-resolution scans of an old adult's head revealed an extraordinary network of these bones. Different shapes interlocked beneath the skin, leaving openings around sensitive areas such as the eyes, nostrils, and mouth. From outside, the head looks rough and pebbled. Inside, it resembles irregular chainmail. Researchers found no comparable armor in a newly hatched dragon. That difference makes sense. A hatchling does not survive by standing its ground against an adult. It survives by disappearing upward. Soon after emerging, young Komodo dragons climb trees. They are lighter, more agile, and patterned with brighter markings than the heavy adults below. In branches and open woodland, they hunt insects, geckos, birds, eggs, and other small animals. The trees also provide distance from the greatest threat on the island. Adult Komodo dragons are cannibals. To a large dragon, a hatchling is not automatically family. It may simply be food. Young dragons therefore live in a different world from adults. They use different parts of the habitat, pursue different prey, and even have less strongly specialized teeth. As they grow heavier, climbing becomes more difficult, their serrations become more developed, and their lives shift toward the ground. Eventually, the former tree dweller becomes the armored predator that smaller dragons must avoid. Today, wild Komodo dragons survive on only a handful of Indonesian islands. Their landscapes include dry savanna, open woodland, steep ridges, beaches, and seasonal watercourses. Large mammalian carnivores are absent, allowing a monitor lizard to occupy the role that a big cat or wild dog might hold elsewhere. But these islands did not simply transform a small lizard into a giant. Fossils suggest that Komodo dragons or extremely close relatives were already large on mainland Australia more than 3 million years ago. The living island populations appear to be survivors of a much wider giant monitor lineage. Their isolation now makes them vulnerable. A species restricted to small islands cannot easily move when habitat changes, prey declines, or rising seas alter low coastal areas. The same boundaries that preserved this ancient predator also trap it inside a limited range. And that brings us back to the orange edge of a single tooth. The iron is impressive because it sounds impossible. But the real dragon is not defined by one metal coating, one toxin, or one dramatic bite. It is the way all the parts fit together. A forked tongue finds the target. Camouflage brings it close. The body launches the ambush. Hooked, serrated teeth cut during the pull. Iron protects the thinnest working edges. Replacement teeth wait inside the jaw. Secretions may keep the wound bleeding. Bony plates defend the adult from rivals. Trees protect the young until they are large enough to join the world below. The Komodo dragon was not built from fantasy. Fantasy dragons were built from animals like this.